What's up, guys? Evan Aldo here. Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're gonna look at Solana and DOT as well, and I'm gonna show you a sand short, some sand on Sandbox analysis short last night. Been a great short. It's not the easiest market to read right now, and I've been saying that and that's usually what happens. I've been messing around with other things, all the EMA ribbons on Market Cipher, MicroCipher, DBSI, because I've been trying to really go deep and figure out what's going to happen here. So, the main thing here is there's a lot of bearish signs on these higher time frames. It's a lot of conflicting information. Usually, when you have a lot of conflicting information, it goes sideways, which is what we're seeing. If we start in the weekly, we're gonna form. It seems like this bearish divergence all the way from back here to here. However, the thing is, when you look at a bearish divergence that's this far back, this is all the way from January, a lot of things happen in this amount of time. This is the only real, I believe, bearish divergence we could kind of draw, and it hasn't even completely formed yet. A lot of things have happened in between this. I wouldn't give much credence to this. This is maybe a real long term or whatever, but I wouldn't even, it's not much to look at. So I've been messing around with the DBSI 8/2, so a little bit more likely. That's probably just based off of this, this view up coming down. Let's look at the 3-day, and this is what I've been liking. The VWAP starting to curve back up. However, the thing is, the VWAP's been above the zero line for a while, curving down. It seems like it just could curve down more and keep us in the red for a bit. This could take time to play out, and this is very, on the DBSI, this is very neutral. Like, we don't really know what's going to happen here. 2-day, it's the same type of deal, but there's no real divergence just yet. This is above here. I've been liking the VWAP curving up. It seems like it could just curve back down now. Money flow kind of curving up. It's just not a market right now that you could really derive too much from. No divergences really in either direction too much. We have some bullish divergences in the really low time frames forming right now. We'll talk about it in a second. You do have, DBSI a little bit more confident that will come up here. It's probably more based on the VWAP, I would guess. And it's, VWAP coming down here. It's like it's trying to come down there, finally going to come down, but there's no divergence. This isn't because price is following it. You can't draw a bearish divergence yet, which gives me kind of a little bit of hope that we may come up to 70K. It's just not, 18/5. That's more. I'm trying to look at this because I can't really derive too much. VWAP come down a lot. It's usually a time where it curves around. Bouncing off of these EMA ribbons, we're almost going to lose them. Maybe we'll turn. We've been, in the bright with these for a while. Maybe we'll turn into the gray and come down to the 56 or something. Test those general areas. That's that. 12-hour, same deal. Not much else to say there. 8-hour, here to here. Coming down with money and momentum waves. But it's no real divergence. It's just following it. So it can go down further, which I've been thinking. I did two shorts that are basically at break even right now this morning. Got in a little late. I slept a little too late this morning. Some of those best trades, happen earlier in the morning. I got to start waking up a little bit earlier to do it. I feel like for me anyway, I'll show you what would have been the good entry that I kind of missed out on a little bit. Here's what's interesting. Like on the 4-hour, you have the money flow crossover coming down. You have all the way from over here. Let's try a trend line all the way from over here, all the way, keep going. Money flow and momentum is coming down. However, it's a mild divergence. Like it's a mild divergence in the sense that from here to here, you're following it. You know what I mean? From here to here, just coming down. You're not diverging anymore, but all the way back here, you kind of are diverging because you're still high up. It's not that often this happens. I mean, what's either going to happen here is one of these two things is going to happen. We're either going to go deeper into the red, which definitely very probable. Deeper in the red will finally play out. We go red the next few days, or we go net red tomorrow into the weekend or whatever. Maybe a lot of times, sometimes we bottom out on Friday and then we're more sideways bullish on the weekend, recover from there. That's one of the scenarios. Just looking at this, we're starting, some of these EMAs are starting to turn into the gray, so it gives me a feeling that we kind of are due to go into the gray here, we were, you know, way into the bright there and then down, you know, choppy. And now it seems like we may go back into the gray, maybe down to the support level, you know, around 58, that general area with the market cipher DBSI support band. So, you know, on to the 2-hour, up, down. We're about to print a little green dot here. Not much, too much you could derive from it. You know, DBSI a little bit more bullish rather than bearish at the moment. From there to there, you can't really draw any divergence either way on this. Some of the lower time frames you can. The hourly, not even. I mean, money flow coming out. What I was thinking, you know, I was thinking generally, let's try fib level, just something to kind of go off of. I don't know, here to here. So, you know, generally we're hitting some support on this fib level. I was thinking we would definitely come down to at least test, you know, 60K based on this money flow crossover. Kind of up here would have been the better place to go. If you're up at 5 a.m. this morning, I wasn't. That would have been the place to go short. Kind of got a little delayed short here. Now we're curving up, so it's kind of more of the bullish case as possible on these lower time frames. It's just not the easiest market to read. Usually with the VWAP, I would want the VWAP to be very close to the zero line before I feel comfortable going into a long position. You know, we might be dodging a bullet the other day, which was really weird. One of the shorts I got stopped out at when everything, you know, blood diamonds were appearing everywhere. That's the first time I've really seen that. Studying market cipher and the price not really going down from that, but yeah, it's not. Sometimes it's better to kind of sit back and see what happens. Here, you know, 61.3. We may come up from here, but it's just not. It's just not conclusive. You know, it's not a conclusive thing right here. Bitcoin, Ethereum. So Ethereum, it's the same basic deal. 4-hour, the VWAP starting to curve up. I mean, we could go from the higher time range. Same deal, very sideways. When you see a sideways VWAP like this, usually continuation of what you've been looking at so far. A little bit stronger with the DBSI, a little stronger bull there. 12-hour, stronger bear there. You know, you're printing that red dot. It's confirming in, you know, 3 hours and 40 minutes. This could be, you know, we've been in the bright for a while. Look, I mean, how long does this? We're in the bright there. You know, finally it came down. We were in the bright for a while. Maybe it's time. What I've been thinking is time to come down. I think we could draw actually some. Yeah, we could draw a bearish divergence here. A clear bearish divergence. I don't want to waste your time too much. Let's draw one of these from here to here. And yeah, there to there. It should play out. That's why I've been shorting both this and Bitcoin. It's about break even right now. I might be a little in the red. The Sandbox trade, that was my most successful. If you want to check out those trades, link in the description below in the Discord. Not going to be right all the time, but I'd like to say I'm right more often than wrong. Not financial advice. So yeah. We're kind of, I guess, yeah, you could kind of make, no bullish divergence yet. No bullish divergence yet. Nope, nothing there. And 15, yeah, here you could see a little bit of a bullish divergence kind of playing out. Let's draw a fib level on ETH as well. Let's draw it from, let's see, from here to here. And, you know, we didn't really bounce off anywhere. It seems like what I'm thinking is we'll get rejected from this general like area right here and then come down some more based on the way the money flow is coming down. But yeah, it's a choppy, weird market right now. It's just not. We'll see how we react with this fib level. We'll see how we. Let's go in regular candles, see if we're reacting. It seems like we're coming up. So it's just not the easiest place to read. But I am more confident. I'm more bearish on ETH right now, and I think Bitcoin's typically going to follow it. And the craze with gaming, I mean, it's gonna come down at some point. So that's Ethereum. Let's move on to DOT, because DOT's, you know, topical. It's been doing well. It's been outperforming Bitcoin. It's been outperforming Ethereum for the most part lately. Let's look at the daily. So this, I think, you know, you've been up a lot. You got the VWAP curving down. Stronger bull than bear on the daily for the DBSI. The 12-hour, you're about to print a red dot. That's probably going to be a divergence. You know, you're probably going to form. The Bitcoin's the only one you can't really draw divergences on right now. I mean, here to here, and then here to here, you're going to form. It's pretty soon. I mean, that's probably going to happen, you know, unless it would be less likely unless we just come up. But you'll probably form that divergence, by tonight sometime. So yeah, 8 hour, same deal, same deal, just a more spread out version of that. Money flow generally coming down as price continues to climb here. 4 hour, I mean, if you're long on DOT, obviously it'd be a good time to take partial profits, in my opinion. Never financial advice though. But 4 hour, you're sideways. The VWAP kind of inconclusive. A little bit more money now. It's starting to come out. Bearish divergence. You can make the argument it's already played out, and you got more to go. So yeah, and you're in an uptrend. I mean, momentum waves coming down as price continues to grow on the 2 hour. Printing a green dot, maybe one last hurrah here. How is the 4 hour again? Yeah, you can't get it, just sideways. It's kind of how it is in those uptrends, just that sideways view up. And more money coming in here. So, it's kind of a matter of when we get that reversal. And yeah, that's dot. Let's look at Solana right now, and then we'll look at Sandbox last because I took a trade on that. Still in the short on that. It's hit to take profits, but yeah, it's been decent short. And yeah, on the daily right here for Solana. So VO's finally starting to curve down. You could definitely draw a nice, bearish divergence from there to there. You'll probably get another bearish divergence. That's going to happen. When could that happen? Within the next 2 days, probably. For your 12 hour, you're about to print another bearish divergence. It's going to happen pretty soon. It looks relatively similar to Polkadot right now. There to there, that type of divergence. That's a divergence that's printing right now. Stronger bear on the DBSI, and yeah, we've been in the brights for these EMA ribbons for a while. I think it's due to turn down, kind of what I'm thinking, but you may print another. You could, the bullish case right here, you could print another green dot. You could print another green dot and keep going. So yeah. You're printing a green dot right now in the 2 hour, so maybe you got some time to go. Yeah, it's looking better on these lower time frames. So I wouldn't be entering a trade either way, kind of on this right now. What I would be looking at is kind of money flow crossovers and some of these lower time frames for potential entry, maybe the 30-minute to short. Same deal kind of with Polkadot right now. It's one of those rare times where it's just a tougher market to really read. Let's see, Sand. We're gonna look at Sand. That was my trade yesterday. Still in it. So we came down a lot. I entered about, I believe it was 315 or 310 or 320, the highest. Let's say, to be conservative, I entered around 311 or something. Down 16%. Very low leverage trade, but look at this with the. We've been in the bright for a while in the 30. Now we're going down. And you can see a lot of these daily, we're printing a red dot. This is where, this video game craze, this may be over pretty soon. A lot of these are going to correct a lot. 8 hour, 21, that's a strong bear. Yeah, coming down. We hope curving up a little bit on the 4 hour, may have a little bit of hope, but yeah. 3 hour, and then yeah, you've been in this bright for a long time. You're probably going to curve down at some point here. 1 hour, yeah, you're into the red. You would think you would go more instead of just curving back into the green. Possible. Either way, it could happen. So yeah, 15, still there. There is a little bit of bullish hope, but it was a nice short down. So that's kind of my conclusion on the market right now. Just going back to Bitcoin, just one last look. Let's see what it's at the second. This general area bouncing around, one of two things are going to happen. I mean, this is the VWAP. It's been below zero line for a while, so maybe you come up. Looking at ETH, with the divergences and all that, comparing it to ETH, I wouldn't be confident enough in going long. I would lean a little bit more bearish because of what's happening. So yeah. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please please subscribe to the channel. Check out my links below if you want to join my exclusive Discord, and check out my other links below if you want to create a new BITGET account, a new MEXC account, or check everything else below. All of the things are things I use and have benefited from. I'm never going to link you to anything that I haven't used or have not benefited from. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.